Hi Gemini, I am here with your love reading from August 1st until August 15th of this year. Thank you so much for all of the comments and the likes and the shares and subscribes and requests for personal readings. It's so greatly appreciated, and I'm so glad to know that you know what you're taking from these videos, so thank you so much for sharing. Again, keep in mind that these are general readings, and so the energy can be flip-flop, one person to the other, or it can be a matter of not applying to you at all. And please just take what resonates or what does apply to your situation and then leave the rest of it, because it may not be for you. Also keep in mind, I know I've had a couple of people say, I am very direct in how I communicate in general, in life in general, and so I'm going to be very direct. I don't pull punches, and I say it how it comes through to me. Again, this is my interpretation of the messages that are coming through, and so it may be that my style is not necessarily for you, and that's completely understandable. But also keep in mind too that if I deliver something with bluntness or harshness, it's because that's how that energy is coming through to me. So if you're dealing with somebody who is it could be that they are feeling that way, and that's why it's delivered that way. But that's also the way that I communicate in my everyday life. So I certainly don't mean to offend anybody, but I'm also not going to stop communicating the way I always have. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it here. Oh, also, if you are interested in a personal reading, please go ahead and shoot me an email at elisemarietarot88@gmail.com. The readings are 20 minutes for $20. And 30 minutes for $30. My 30-minute readings generally go a little bit longer instead of my 20-minute readings. I mean, it goes through as the messages come through. The 20-minute readings up to 3 questions, the 30-minute readings up to 5 questions. But typically, I'm able to kind of get that completed within, for the 20-minute readings, 20 minutes to about 30 minutes, and then for the 30-minute readings, about 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how the messages come through. I do my personal readings the same way that I do these YouTube videos, except that it's a personal link that's sent through to you individually as a recording. And then if you have any questions beyond that, you're welcome to shoot me an email. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into what I've got for you, Gemini. The first card that I pulled up is the Queen of Cups card. So I feel like what this is for you right now is a situation where there is a lot of deep feeling. There's a lot of deep love. There's a lot of deep emotion and connection to your love life. And it's kind of like the still waters run deep kind of a thing. So it's not shallow. You don't feel things shallowly. You're not shallowly. You're not flippant about your emotions. It's definitely, it's kind of, I consider the Queen of Cups too to be, because she can be emotional, she's very sincere though in her emotions. So it could be that there's a lot of emotional charge going on for some of you right now, but it's also, like I said, still waters run deep, where it's a very deep, real feeling. She can definitely be kind of a ride or die partner. So it's something that, you know, it's in character to be somebody who is definitely sincere in their feelings. There can be a little bit with the Queen of Cups, there can from time to time be emotional manipulation, but this could be either you're being emotionally manipulated by somebody, or you are seeing things maybe from, well, I mean, we all do this. We all see things from our own perspective, from our own way of understanding them. So it could be that you are hearing or seeing something from the other person or from your love life in general. It's like you have so much love to give, but not everybody feels or loves in the same deep kind of a way, or they don't express it in the same deep kind of a way. So I feel like there could be some of that going on. It's not necessarily that you are trying to be emotionally manipulative. You just feel things very strongly and don't necessarily understand people who don't communicate that way, or don't seem to feel things the same way, or seem to be more focused on themselves sometimes. So I definitely pick up from this card that there are a lot of deep feelings at play. And the next card that I have right in line with that is the Eight of Swords. It could be that somebody's feeling trapped in these emotions too. It could be that you're feeling trapped by your emotions because you really, really care, and you do have deep feelings for somebody, or it could be that there are deep feelings that exist, but there's a blockage or a trap, or it's kind of like you feel trapped by these feelings because for some of you it may be a negative situation, or the dynamic may be negative between the two of you right now, and it could be that you're feeling trapped by these emotions because you feel like you need to act in one way or respond in one way, but your heart doesn't want you to. It's kind of head over heart in this type of scenario. Logically, you may know something. It could be that you know, like logically, I know that I should do this, but emotionally, it's very difficult to do that. And so I feel like for a lot of you, there is this kind of dynamic or feeling trapped by these emotions, or it could be that, again, like I was saying, you might be dealing with somebody who doesn't necessarily communicate their feelings or emotions in the same way that you do, and you may feel trapped by that dynamic because it's kind of like you're sitting here spinning your wheels wondering what's going on in their head or what they're thinking, but you're feeling trapped by it because your own emotions, to you, it just doesn't make sense that they can't communicate it in a clear and articulate way to you, or they're trying to avoid it, even avoid communication about it. But for some of you, I feel like there's definitely a feeling of feeling trapped by an emotional situation that's going on right now. And the next card that I have for you is the Two of Wands. So with the Two of Wands, I feel like it is a crossroads type of a feeling. Not necessarily, excuse me, not necessarily a crossroads as to whether you should stay or should go in this relationship, although that certainly can be what it is. But I also feel like it's feeling like you should approach things maybe in two different ways, and you're trying to weigh out which way to approach it. Should you approach it the way that you naturally feel like you should approach it, or should you approach it in a way that you feel like they maybe will understand or respond to, but it's different than your nature? It could be because Gemini, with these swords, a lot of the time you are able to be very direct and communicate very logically, but if you have a lot going on emotionally for you, it could come across as cutting or harsh or mean, and you may be at an impasse as to, something hasn't been working for a lot of you, not necessarily all of you, but for a lot of you, something hasn't been working in the way that you've been communicating or the way that you've been relating to maybe another person. So you may be at kind of a crossroads or an impasse as to whether you need to change directions in how you approach them or how you approach the situation. You're doing some introspection, it feels like, emotionally. This Eight of Swords also indicates to me some introspection going on, because whatever the dynamic has been in the past, it may have been a little trapping for you. It may have made you feel like you were in this like you were being misunderstood or misheard or not being heard at all. So that could be, for some of you, what you're dealing with. But the next card that I have for you is the Two of Cups. So I feel like a lot of you are dealing with a very strong connection. It could be a soulmate connection. It could be you've got Two of Wands here and the Two of Cups here. So it could be that with these emotions that have been brimming and feeling trapped by them, it could be that you come to a position, like I said, where you're at an impasse on how to handle things or how to deal with things or how to relate to this person, and you could be able to reach something that deepens the connection between the two of you. But I feel like this action is saying that it needs to come from you. It feels like it's saying that you are going to be the one who's changing things up a little bit, maybe on how you relate to this person. Or for those of you who are single, who may have a lot of love to give, but you're feeling blocked by it because the opportunities aren't presenting themselves, this may be telling you to change things up or change up your approach on how that happens, because this love, this connection is there for you. This Two of Cups is very much in a feeling of complete harmony with another person after this impasse or after this crossroads. But I feel like it's going to be a choice that you have to make that will make this difference to bring you two closer together. So that's what's coming through for me right now in the first, the first week or so of August. It's going to be kind of a shift in your paradigm. Maybe that you've been feeling trapped by things emotionally because of the way that you are responding to them emotionally. But it could be that you come to make a decision about maybe approaching it differently or seeing it from another angle. And that is going to bring the two of you closer together for a lot of you. The next card that I have for you is the Fool card. And the Fool that comes up whenever I see the Fool, I've said this before, I love the Fool card because this is a completely trusting and open and adventurous and excited kind of energy. Like, this is somebody who's not jaded by all this experience or all these horrible things. It's kind of a clean slate. So I feel like after this Two of Cups, there will be an embodiment of this fun and playful energy for a lot of you, because it's been lacking perhaps in this dynamic that's been going on. But your shift in your thinking or your shift in your perspective, and it could just be a 1% shift. I'm not saying to change who you are or anything like that, but you could have just this little tiny shift that leads you to a place of being much more loving and free and carefree and playful with each other. Because this connection with this soulmate connection, or this very, very strong emotional connection between the two of you, it feels like this has been the missing ingredient. Maybe things have been super, super heavy. Maybe things have been super heavy lately. And so that, I feel like that playful energy is going to be coming in to play for a lot of you. The next card that I have for you is the Page of Pentacles. And this page is a building of a steadiness in the foundation, and building a it's kind of a new foundation. It's a new perspective, like I said, but I also get with this page here too, and I don't want to misspeak it, but it could be that either you or the other party, it could be that one of you is embodying kind of an energy that is so focused on seeing things happen one way, almost obsessive about seeing how things should be, what should happen, how it should be, that I feel like this page is kind of coming in, and it may be that there's a little bit of immaturity in the dynamic where somebody, especially with this Fool here too, like I said, there's lightheartedness and playfulness, but it could be that somebody decides, you know, a little bit later into the month that, okay, but this is the way that it should be, and because it should be this way, then they're kind of closed off to the idea that it could be different than that, or closed off to the idea that this foundation and this stability doesn't have to be achieved in one set way. So it could be that there's a little bit of stubbornness that comes in here. And if you're dealing with a water sign or an earth sign, that could be what this is doing too, is saying that this individual is kind of, especially with earth, because they're so fixed, it could be that this is kind of a one-sided way of seeing things, or an obsessive way of seeing things, rather than being a little bit more open to the idea that things can be, that a stable foundation can still be built, even if it's done through compromise rather than one person's way or the way that they think it should be done. So this page is kind of saying that, yes, this is a definite, you know, ability to build this foundation. This foundation can exist between the two of you, but to be careful not to be too closed off to how the other party or how other people might see things, because just because you think it should be a certain way doesn't necessarily mean that it needs to be that way. The next card that I have here is the Page of Swords. So this Page of Swords, I feel like, and this could be you, Gemini, or you could be dealing with another air sign. But if you're not dealing with another air sign, this could be you. And this is he's a very confident and very self-assured type of page. This is somebody who speaks freely. And it could be that the other party may begin to feel a little bit alienated by, if this is you embodying this page energy here, the other party may feel a little bit alienated by the way that you think that things should be, and you may be a little bit harsh or domineering when it comes to how you think things should be. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're wrong. You could be absolutely right about, you know, what needs to happen in the relationship, but they may not respond positively to that is all. It may be something that they respond negatively to. I think with these two pages too, right by each other, and it could be that there are children involved here too. It could be that if you have children and they have children, it could be that there's some kind of excuse me, conflict between the children, but I don't necessarily think that that's what these pages are communicating. I feel like it's kind of after this playful period where the Two of Cups and the Fool, where you've been able to come together and be a little bit more lighthearted, it may be that you become at odds with each other on how things should be done. So it could be that there's a little bit of conflict between the two of you about how things should be done, or not seeing things eye to eye necessarily. You may be on the same level of maturity too when it comes to that, whereas I don't mean this in an insulting way, but if it could be kind of a situation where whoever throws the first blow, or however the arguments start, you're kind of on the same level of bickering, rather than one person being able to be above it and the other person being kind of immature about it. It could be that you both kind of go, at the same level back and forth. So that could be part of it too. But the Page of Swords is also saying to be willing to speak your truth, be willing to say what you need to say, especially if this person is being if they're digging in their heels about how things should be done, and you feel like it should be done a different way, or you feel like they're kind of railroading you. Then this Page of Swords is also coming and saying that this is something that you will want to speak your truth about, or that you will be very direct about not accepting. The last card that I have for you, though, is the Tower. I feel like with this Tower that's coming in here, especially directly under the Two of Cups, I feel like it's kind of with this dynamic from going from a playful energy and kind of there may be some foolishness, but I feel like it's more like a naive kind of energy, like, okay, now that we've gotten through this hard time and I've shifted my thinking a little bit and we've been playing and having fun and re-embodying the fun part of our energy, or the lightheartedness part of our energy, these pages come in and maybe causing some conflict that kind of shakes either you or the other person, or both of you, because I think with this card, I feel like it's kind of a situation where you feel like you came a lot farther than you have, maybe on an emotional level, because this is some kind of conflict or situation popping up that shakes the foundation here that's been built. I feel like there's a strong love and emotion here, but something's going to pop up, or something is going to come in that shakes that foundation. I don't necessarily take the Tower card as a destruction of everything kind of a thing. I definitely feel like this is a situation where this is going to shake the foundation between the two of you to the point that a complete different shift on both sides needs to happen if you want to continue on together. So let me just see if I can clarify a lot of this for you. Please clarify the Queen of Cups for Gemini for love from August 1st to the 15th of 2017. Please clarify this Queen of Cups for the sign of Gemini for love for August 1st through the 15th, 2017. Please clarify this Queen of Cups for Gemini. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Wands. Sorry, I know you can't see it because my phone's retarded, but it is the Nine of Wands. Just take my word for it. So you could be dealing with a fire sign or somebody who has fire in their chart, but I also feel like this, either you or the other party, again, if this Queen of Cups is your energy, if you're the one who's feeling a lot of deep emotion, I feel like this has been, the Nine of Wands is a hard-fought, battle-ridden kind of energy, but still continuing. It's still fighting. It's still able to fight, but it's getting to the point where it's getting tough and exhausting, and there may be sort of this idea of, when is the light at the end of the tunnel going to show up? So it could be either you or the other person feeling like you're really fighting something that has been going on for a while, and it's starting to wear you down. It's getting really tiresome. Please clarify this Eight of Swords for Gemini for love from August 1st to August 15th, 2017. Please clarify this Eight of Swords for Gemini for August 1st through August 15th of 2017. What is this Eight of Swords about? Also with the Nine of Wands and the Queen of Cups, it could be a matter of it could be a matter of somebody wanting the other party to get where they're coming from emotionally or understand where they're at emotionally. It could be that one party communicates love in a very different way than the other party does too. Or it could be that, again, if you're single, it could be that, you know, this Queen of Cups who has so much love to give, the Nine of Wands is coming in saying, I'm so tired of having to, it shouldn't be this hard. Shouldn't be this hard. That's kind of what the energy that's coming through is. It feels like it shouldn't be this hard. Please clarify this 8 of Swords for Gemini for love from August 1st through August 15th, 2017. Please clarify this 8 of Swords. Please clarify the 8 of Swords for Gemini for love, August 1st through August 15th of 2017. What is this 8 of Swords about for Gemini? Okay, so Gemini, the 8 of Swords is clarified by this Knight of Cups. So again, I think it's a matter of different communication styles in emotions and feelings and love. I feel like with this Knight of Cups, it is somebody who is communicating love the way that they know how to communicate it. And this Nine of Wands is kind of, they're tired of that not being received the way that they intend. Or maybe they don't know how to communicate it in a way that the other party understands, and that's making them feel very blocked and trapped because they don't know what else they can do. What else can I do? What else can I do to show you? What else can I do to tell you? I've done everything I can possibly do. There's nothing that I haven't done. That's kind of what I'm getting, is I'm getting this energy of, what else do you want from me? So I feel like that's where this is coming in with this 8 of Swords. It's kind of the, you know, what else could I possibly do? Please clarify this 2 of Wands for the sign of Gemini for love for August 1st through the 15th, 2017. What is this 2 of Wands about? Please clarify the 2 of Wands for Gemini. Please clarify this 2 of Wands for the sign of Gemini for love for August 1st through August 15th. 2017. What is this 2 of Wands here for? There it is. Okay, so the 2 of Wands is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles down here too. I'm getting a lot of fire and earth and water here. If you are dealing with a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, or you may be dealing with Scorpio or Cancer or Pisces, or also Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. But I feel like if you are dealing with somebody who's an earth sign here, this Knight of Pentacles, like I was saying down here, is somebody who has typically embodied an energy where they think of things one way. Or if you have earth in your chart too, this could be you. This energy is somebody who typically thinks of things should be in a specific way, or they always relate to things in a specific way. But this 2 of Wands here could be changing that perspective a little bit, or trying to step out of this position of you know, this tunnel vision of seeing it one way to seeing or attempting to see it from a different perspective. So I feel like that's where this page is coming in, is in order to strengthen the foundation, or to strength, you know, in order to shift this dynamic where they're feeling like, what else could I possibly do? It's kind of an idea of finding what else you can possibly do, how you can shift the perspective, how there's a little bit of a paradigm shift to allow for excuse me, to allow for a little more harmony, because what has been going on hasn't necessarily been working. It's been exhausting. It's been making you feel trapped a little bit. So I feel like this is saying that there's that paradigm shift here again, because the Page of Pentacles is something that can represent like an obsessive way of thinking, and when I say obsessive, I mean like it naturally comes, that's the first thing that person goes to, because that's the way that they think. So this is saying to look outside of the box of how it is how you normally think, or maybe to try and see things from the other party's perspective, and that opens up the doors for this 2 of Cups. Please clarify this 2 of Cups for the sign of Gemini for love, August 1st through the 15th, 2017. What is this Two of Cups here for? Excuse me. Please clarify this Two of Cups for Gemini for love. August 1st through the 15th of 2017. What is this Two of Cups here for? There it is. Okay, so the Two of Cups is clarified by the Seven of Wands. And I feel like in this situation, the Seven of Wands is, could be a fire sign, but in this Seven of Wands, it is a matter of taking a stand or standing up for something against other parties. So it could be that you are standing up for this idea that this person is your soulmate. Other people may be telling you that, I mean, why are you even dealing with it? Just forget about it, let them go, whatever. But it could be that you know on a deep level that there's this very strong connection here, and you may feel the need to stand up for them or protect them or fight for them in some way. Please clarify this Fool for Gemini for love from August 1st to the 15th, 2017. What is this Fool card about? Please clarify the Fool card for the sign of Gemini, August 1st through the 15th for love. What is this Fool card here for? There it is. Okay, so the Fool card is there for the Nine of Cups. This is the Wish card that's clarifying the Fool. So this is definitely somebody who can fulfill you emotionally, or you feel like they can fulfill you emotionally. At one point, this is a Wish card. So at one point, this playfulness and love and trusting energy existed. It wasn't a jaded situation, and this Wish card is wanting to be able to get back to that because you know it exists there, especially with the Two of Cups. You know it's there. This person is capable of that, or this dynamic is capable of that. For those of you that are single too, it could be a matter of the Nine of Cups is coming in saying that, you know, having faith and trusting that this is coming, that this great love is coming, is a natural thing for you to do. It's your wishes can be granted from that, to have faith in that. Don't become jaded or lose faith or lose hope in that. So that could be for those of you that are single too. Please clarify this Page of Pentacles for the sign of Gemini, August 1st through the 15th, 2017. What is this Page of Pentacles here for? Please clarify this Page of Pentacles for the sign of Gemini for love. What is this Page of Pentacles here for love for Gemini, August 1st through the 15th, 2017. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Strength card. With this Strength card, I feel like it could be a Leo that you're dealing with, or a fire sign here in this position, but I also feel like, or you could have fire in your chart. I also feel like, though, this dynamic between this earth and the fire here, the Strength card is indicating that you need to be able to be in a place of complete balance of your emotional reactions, of your how you respond. This Strength card is a long-suffering type of card, so it's indicating to me that on top of the Page of Pentacles, the stability can be achieved, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to happen right away, and there will be obstacles along the way. I feel like the Strength is kind of indicating that to handle things in a softer way, you catch more bees with honey, or flies with honey, or whatever the saying is. I feel like that's where the Strength is coming in, is to make sure to hone in your emotional reactions, or hone in your reactions to, you know, in this scenario, and to maintain that quiet strength within you rather than feeling the need to lash out or defend yourself in this situation, because I feel like that's what the guidance is that is what will help build this foundation again between the two of you, because this lighthearted and playful energy and the Two of Cups is there, but the foundation is still at kind of at the page level, and I feel like that's what the Strength card is saying, is if you are able to not to kind of be the bigger person. I don't mean that in an insulting way, but I mean to kind of take it, rather than being this page against this page, this pentacle and this sword against each other. That's what the Strength card is saying, is to kind of control your emotions, control your reactions, to avoid a bunch of conflict. And it's long-suffering patience for those of you who are willing to do that. Please clarify this Page of Sword for Gemini for love, August 1st through the 15th, 2017. What is this Page of Swords here for? Please clarify this Page of Swords for love for Gemini, August 1st through the 15th, 2017. What is this Page of Swords here for? There it is. Okay, so the Page of Swords is clarified by the Hanged Man. So I feel like with the Hanged Man there, right next to this Strength card, again, it's not something that's going to happen right away. There is something in suspension. There's a time and a period where things are going to seem halted. And I feel like that's where this Page of Swords is coming in. Is it could be that you may have an emotional reaction to the fact that things have halted, or the fact that this other person might be feeling in a period of suspension. But I feel like this period of suspension for them is more about them than it is about you. It's more about the position that they're in than it is about the position that you're in. I feel like it's not in conjunction with you or the relationship. It may be that they're going through a period of time where they really need to self-reflect, because maybe their own life isn't going the direction that they have wanted it to go, and dragging you along for the ride is not something that they feel like has been successful. Because I feel like for a lot of you, you already have been dragged along for the ride. But I feel like the Hanged Man is kind of an idea of sacrifice, not sacrificing what you want most for what you want right now. With this Page of Swords, also, it could be somebody who's charging in, trying to get what they want right now. And the Hanged Man is saying, don't do that. Because there needs to be this period of time. There needs to be some suspension of those desires in order to get to a solid ground or a solid foundation, especially right with the Tower card right next to it. I feel like if you're charging in super fast without taking time to really think about what you want most over what you want now, or which battle it is that you should fight, or picking your battles correctly, I feel like that's where the Tower comes in. Let's clarify this Tower card. Please clarify the Tower card for Gemini for love from August 1st to the 15th, 2017. Please clarify this Tower card for the sign of Gemini. What is this Tower card about? What is this Tower card about for the sign of Gemini for August 1st through the 15th for love? Please show me what this Tower card is about. There it is. It's under there. I can feel it. Okay, so Six of Cups is what clarifies the Tower card. So it could be, too, because the Six of Cups is a nostalgia, kind of a feeling of love past, or romanticizing past love. That's what I'm getting out of it. I feel like this is a matter, this Tower, I feel like, is kind of a minor tower. I feel like it's a matter of maybe one of you has romanticized things, or romanticized how the relationship used to be in the past, and it causes some disillusionment because there may be some conflict here with the Strength and the Hanged Man and the two pages. This conflict that arises, it makes you kind of go, what? Because you're remembering things maybe from the past or from the beginning of a relationship that were very, very positive, and feeling like you're kind of romanticizing it, thinking it was so much better back then than it is now. But it could have been that there were conflicts that were always there. You might just be romanticizing the past, or they might just be romanticizing the past. These issues may have always existed. It just wasn't at the forefront. So I feel like toward the middle of August, there is going to be a little bit of a little bit of a period where it may be that somebody is romanticizing the past. But the good thing about this here, with the Six of Cups, is with the Two of Cups here in the reading, it's something that it also represents, longevity in a relationship too. It's not always going to be peaches and roses, so there may be some romanticizing of the past going on, but being able to recall and remember those very fond past memories, or that nostalgia, I feel like goes in hand with this Strength and this Hangman saying, don't sacrifice what you want most for what you want now. Maybe you shouldn't, maybe don't allow this tower to destroy everything right now, even if there is some conflict, because remember those good things. Remember what your end goal is. Remember what you really want out of this. So I feel like that's the message that's coming through for you, Gemini. So I will talk to you in the middle of August.